Consciousness must be before anything else can be. What is consciousness? What do we call consciousness? What do we call consciousness? We call consciousness I. Do we not? It's the self. The self is conscious. The mind only has a borrowed consciousness. The mind is the I thought, but the I am is the pure awareness prior to consciousness that gives rise to the mind and to the I thought and to the world. That's the configuration of consciousness. That's how it works. From the world's point of view, there is a body. There are objects, other people, other events going on around us, and we are aware of those events. We're cognizant of those events. We see these objects, we see these persons, places, and things. We give thought to them. We notice them in our awareness. That is itself mind. We follow this mind that is thinking about these objects back to the source of mind itself, which is the I, is the one that is aware of them. Follow the I back to where it originates, and we'll come into the awareness of the pure awareness itself, or let's say before we get to the awareness is just the consciousness out of which the mind rises, and the sense of I am, which is a reflection of the pure awareness of being. The pure awareness of being has no sense of I. It doesn't even say I am. It is that out of which the I am as consciousness is reflected, is expressed. Prior to consciousness of I am is the awareness that makes possible the consciousness of I am. The pure being that we all are, timeless, faceless, formless awareness. Quiet, still, silent. And we can all awaken to it by giving attention to it, by following the I thought back into the awareness of pure I, and being still and quiet in this awareness that we are. And that itself is the location of peace. The nature of that is free. And the joy of that is the happiness, the bliss of the self. Imbibe of it right now in this moment. Choose to withdraw your attention into the source out of which attention can attend to anything. And simply pivot your attention onto the stillness out of which it arises. Pivot and focus your attention on the stillness of being. Thoughtless awareness. Faceless, formless, timeless, spaceless awareness. And you're already free of the mind. You're free of the mind if you do not allow attention to return to objective objects in the world, persons, places, things, thoughts, and events in the world. This is a choice that you must make. If you make this choice to keep your attention turned, pivoted, and turned and attending inward on the source of consciousness, and develop this as a new habit, opposed to the habit of the outward flow of consciousness, objectivity, over objectivity, choose subjectivity. Choose to subject yourself to this pure awareness of being. Surrender to this pure awareness once you become aware that you are this awareness. Surrender to this notion. It is the truth. The Master Jesus says, when you know the truth will make you free. This is the freedom that passes all understanding. This is the peace that passes all understanding. This is the joy that passes all understanding. Bypassing all understanding means it's totally unreasonable. It's unreasonable freedom, unreasonable peace, and unreasonable joy. It has no reason. It just is. It's not the result of something. It's not because of this or because of that. It's the very nature of the being that we all are. Just like the nature of fire is heat, just like the nature of ice is cold, the nature of the awareness, the pure awareness that we are, is already free, already peace, and already joy. That is the self, the true self that we all are, our true nature, is that which everyone is seeking. That's the reason why we're all seeking it. We're seeking our true nature. We're seeking who and what we are. And it's like we're lost in a strange land, a strange world of our own, unconsciously of our own making. We think that someone else has made this world, and we are a prisoner in it. That's not true. We have made our own world, and we're a prisoner of the world of our own making. We're like the silkworm caught up in the cocoon of our own making. In order to be free, Bhagavan Ramana used to say, go back to where you came from and go back the way you came. You came from the source, from the self, from the I am, and you came on a stream of thought, or you might say a thread of thought, and that thread of thought is I. This I is externalized on and identified with the body, with the world and all the persons, places, and things in the world that are manifesting as a result of the consciousness that we all are, as the world. We must now trace this thread of consciousness, this I, back upstream to its source. That's how we go back to where we came from, and we go back up the stream, following this stream of consciousness, or this thread of consciousness, however way you can see it, grasp it. Hold on to it with your attention and follow it inward back to the source of consciousness itself, and thereby, therein, you might say, dive into that source of consciousness. Merge with that source of consciousness. Realize your oneness with that source of consciousness. That your own I am, like Moses' realization, is not different from the I am that is God. Not different than the Master Jesus when he said, I and the Father are one. I and the Father, the source. I and the source are one. He who has seen me has seen the Father. He who has seen the I and followed into the source has seen the source.